That all should be good. That's about where it was when I was talking earlier today, so...
Talking earlier.
I should
do another podcast?
Yep. VRA.
Podcast master.
Nah, I just gotta try to get shit done. Trying to get things done in the world of podcasting. See if I can get this a little bit more comfortable for me, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, it's always a weird adjusting kind of thing every time I walk in. No matter even if nobody were to ever move the mic, I feel like I always gotta shift it a little bit.
Typically, I don't think anybody uses that one. I mean, whenever Jeremy comes in and records his sports theme show,
they use the other two.
Yeah, he uses that one, and typically his guest would be here. Yeah, that's kind of it.
Cool.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's been, obviously today's like my Monday, so I came in asking people, how was your weekend? Like, oh, that's right. Yeah, tomorrow's kind of the weekend, so because this is towards the end of the week, and I haven't been here all week, so that's kind of how it goes. But it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. So,
yep.
There we go. Yippee-ki-yay.
I just watched that the other night.
I have.
So
I haven't seen it in a long time.
We used to have it on DVD, and I think sometime in the move, Sarah gets this thing where she just throws everything
Purges.
away.
Purge.
No. Yes.
Gotta go.
That.
Gotta
Purge.
go.
And it's just like, and I think we overlooked the reason why we kept it around. And we don't have it, so I was like, screw it. I don't feel like going out to grab it. I want to watch it. I'm renting it off Xbox for $5, which, what a wreck it. Seriously. $5 to rent a movie, seriously.
Yeah, she could have probably bought it for $5 somewhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Especially if it was a DVD copy.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I know. So, yeah, Dad's place is all set up. Glad to have that done. He's somewhat settled in, just unboxing little boxes. That's good. Little things.
Little things.
Little
boxes on the hillside. Little boxes made of ticky-tacky. You don't...
Where's that from?
Weeds?
No, I've never watched Weeds. Even though she's hot on the cover.
It's only... Well, that's not true. So, seasons 1 through 4 are really good. 5 is kind of a misstep, and 6 I sort of like, and then the rest of it's just garbage.
Wow, rest of it's just garbage, huh?
Hot trash.
Yep. Suburban mom running a marijuana business, and
it's kind of like
it's
I
like
really
Breaking Bad before Breaking Bad, to a way.
It kind of is a lot more lighthearted.
I think it's more of a comedy than.
Also doesn't have Vince Gilligan's amazing ability of storytelling through the characters.
Every time I hear the name Vince Gilligan, I always think of Gilligan's Island.
Oh, I think of X-Files. When he did the one episode with Bryan Cranston.
Mm-hmm. Walter White. Yeah.
Who would have known?
Oh, you gotta love it. All right, give me a little bit more audio on your side. I want to check you out again.
Am I too soft today? Like a kitty cat?
Seems like it. Seems like you're very reserved.
Yeah, long day at work. I think it just kind of took it out of me. Need a little bump.
Ooh, I think I bumped myself too
much. Don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to bump too much, but then I don't want to be too laid back. So I think this would be good. Just give me one more little test, though.
But what if I don't want to? I get all those smacks out of the way. It's such a terrible habit. I hate it. I hate it so much. Now that you said it, I hear it all the time. I'm like, I know. Oh my God.
It's one of those things, and that's one thing that Mike, in a way, kind of gets on to. He's like, you don't listen to your stuff again? I'm like, no, not usually. He's like, well, okay. Well, I listen to it when I edit it, typically. I don't need to hear it a third time. Yeah. I lived it. I edited it.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't need to live it again.
I see what you're saying. So if you literally sit there and edit the entire, if you want to polish the whole thing,
not to where
why would you go through and listen to it a third time? I mean, I could see maybe really just wanting to make sure things were good, but if you're getting into a swing of things, it's not like it's our 20th episode.
Yeah. This isn't a perspective review of the Tech Informist where we have to, what happened 15 years ago on this movie? No.
Right, exactly.
I don't think so. It's tech news. It comes in.
And it goes out.
Goes away. Bye-bye.
Just a perspective in the Midwest
Right.
about two guys.
The momentary perspective.
That happen to like tech and all kinds of other stuff.
Geeky stuff. You going to talk about your Justin Scard pick or pin again this week?
Oh, yeah. I got both of those.
Yeah. Because I think the last recording you'd only received one. I think.
No, I didn't have any of them. I just received both of them this week. About a day apart from each other because just the way he had it shipped out or whatever, which was fine. I got both of them. But both of them came with a letter, and he signed them, and they're just goofy little letters.
So you got two autographs.
I did.
Woo-wee. Frame one.
But I also found something on Amazon called pin keepers.
It's a kind of way to display them in a nice way or something.
No, they're a lock for your pin, so you could stick it on your bag and not worry about it falling off.
Oh, yeah, because sometimes those stupid things.
Exactly.
And there it goes.
And actually the ones that Disney have, like the sort of rubberized ones, work way better than like the metal with the little clamps on the back.
Mm-hmm.
So like I wouldn't be too worried about those, but if I can just have the pin keepers, which are actually half the size of the pin keepers I have now, the pin keepers I have now are too long. So it's just like, that's I can't, put them where I want to put them on my bag. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I ordered that and figured that all out. And then, so we went to Disney World back in November, and we had that thing, LeFou's Brew. LeFou is from Beauty and the Beast. He's the goofy guy with Gaston.
I'll take your word for it.
All right. So, in response to Universal's Butterbeer that Harry Potter Land has, they did this LeFou's Brew, which is basically like this frozen apple drink.
Okay.
But it has like a real like tropical cream on top, and then it has like toasted marshmallow in it somewhere, like flavor wise. Turns out you can make it at home. So
Wow.
I had bought one of the little, I don't remember the freaking name of those things, but they're the little cylinders of flavor, and it starts with a T. It's a brand that they make like all different kinds of flavors. Anyway. Got that because Sarah really, really likes this drink, and I figured I'd try to make some at home.
Try to treat her.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I swear, young love. I love it. It's so great. I tell you.
I'm not starting to feel very young anymore.
Like I said, wait till you get to my age. Yesterday is when my left knee finally started saying, hey, you've really been using me a lot lately. I want to.
You better chill out.
Yeah, a couple little stairs here and there. It's like you might want to ease up. And yeah, that's one of the downsides of getting older. Got an email this week from a listener.
Really?
Yeah, and
criticism?
No. This was to actually prove that he was listening.
Fair enough. I'm okay with that.
Yes, Mr. Darryl Pritchard says, I indeed was listening to episode 156. He's passed on your suggestion about digital game loaning on to a contact he has on the Xbox team. He's out until after the first of the year, but he will let us know if he hears anything back. And if you are an Xbox fan, he also highly recommends you tweet that suggestion to @Xbox and @XboxP3. You will definitely get retweets, and we'll see if Xbox will respond.
Yeah, P3 is Phil Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the man.
He the man. Go Phil,
Can I
go
vote
Phil.
for him in 2020?
I'm sure a lot of people would.
I mean, what's not to like about it? He just loves games. Like, you can sit and talk about any system at any point in history, and he's just like, oh, yeah, I remember that, or I played that. And I couldn't be happier he was in charge of Xbox.
Yep. So Darryl also goes on to say, political correctness be damned, Merry Christmas. And it's Christ is in bold.
Oh,
and have a bitchin' New Year. Your favorite friend of the show, 150/150. So there, he's got to throw that fries and Fios.
Yep.
Got to throw that at us. So thanks, Daryl.
I got 130 and 5.
How do you have 130? I'm trying to figure that out. I guess they've just got your lines more optimized.
I'm in the city.
Then again, I haven't done a test at home lately. Maybe they've bumped it up a smidge. I don't know.
I constantly do tests because I'm always like
OCD. It's an OCD kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm a big nerd, as you know. I've tweeted out many a times.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag.
Yeah. Hashtag nerd.
Yeah. So welcome to episode 157 of the Tech Informist, folks. We've just having a little bit of fun and having a little bit of discussion about some other random things. It's hard to believe, a couple days away from Christmas.
Which, by the way, I freaking love that Daryl was like, everything be damned, or political correctness.
Too much political correctness. Yeah.
Yeah. There is a point where it's like, forget about it.
Right. So
we do as much as we can.
Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever it is that you celebrate in the religion of your upbringing,
or maybe you don't,
your choice,
or maybe you don't, and you're just enjoying.
Like Jehovah's Witness, they don't celebrate the holiday.
Yeah,
I mean, just enjoy spending time with your family and friends. That's kind of what it is. And just be nice to others.
Yeah, I was listening to Paul Thurrott talk on What the Tech, how he was telling the story of how he doesn't really give gifts to his friends anymore, and some of them sort of get it and some of them don't. And most of it was growing up, having kids, making sure the kids always have presents, not really worrying about the older folks, because we can always buy whatever we want whenever we want.
We've got jobs. We can go buy things.
Yeah, it's
little kids can't just go buy stuff.
It's not really. It's more about, to me, it is more about the kids. Like, we bought our godchildren their first big old kitchen play set kind of thing.
Oh, look at you! Bet you wanted to play with that, didn't you?
It's not Pixels, Kevin.
Easy bake oven or something.
Well, I did have a creepy crawler oven.
There you go.
Yeah, right. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I think about Christmas, and I always try to make a point. And I know it's kind of, some people would say, "Oh, you're insane," but I like just going to a mall and seeing a mall Santa. Like the St. Louis Galleria has a fantastic Christmas setup where Santa is.
They do.
There's a big old 3-story tall Christmas tree it's just huge, and I just like seeing that stuff. I don't need to go sit on his lap or tell him what I want for Christmas, but just to see it. And the whole Christmas spirit, the magic. And it kind of boils down to somewhat like religion, whether or not you truly believe, ooh, there's a God, or ooh, there's this, there's that. It just at least gives you something to kind of mentally think about and kind of, even if there is or if there isn't, I'd rather be on the side of I'd rather believe than not believe, because
well, let's put it this way. If you believe, hopefully you're led a good life and good things will come to you. If not, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So just saying.
Yeah. So, kind of the whole thing with Christmas is it's just so many happy memories of growing up. And
always been my case. Specifically one Christmas, I remember getting my Nintendo 64. Literally one of the most magical Christmases ever. Yeah. I had not previously had my own console. My parents had. Well, no, I take that back. I had an original NES, but it got older. I got older. Everybody had Super Nintendos. I never had one until my mom finally bought one much later. But then I got a 64 almost that same Christmas. So my mom got the Super Nintendo, which is fine because there's. Oh God! Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Yep. But anyway, 64. That was a great Christmas.
Yeah.
Not the year of 64, but when I got my Nintendo. Yeah, just clear that up.
Yeah. So my favorite Christmas memory of gift that I got, we'll just say tech-wise, would have to be the year that I got the Atari 2600. Because, they had wrapped 2 games and put under the tree. One was Pac-Man. I can't remember what the other one was. So I open up the Pac-Man game, and I'm just sitting there thinking, what am I going to do with this? And then they always like to do that, one more gift that they would bring out at the end. And that was the Atari. It's Oh, boy.
My father likes to think he's very clever, and he would make sure that we open up certain things first before others. So, like, maybe he'd, like you said, stash it away somewhere else and then open it up. So usually he'd let us open up all the little small stuff first and then tear into the bigger one. And
Yeah.
but
He had a plan, a method to his madness.
yeah, and when you have 4 children, you kind of have to.
Yeah, that's very true. You know, you kind of have to do things, and you got to really overthink it. I mean, for me growing up, it was just me. So, I mean, one of the things was it eventually got to, as I got a little bit older, I could open up one present, Christmas Eve.
Oh.
So that was the year that I wanted a nice remote control car. So ooh, there's a box that looks like that's going to be a remote control car. I want to open up that one. And they weren't. Are you sure you want to open this one? I'm like, yeah, I want to open that one tonight. And we had some other close, not family members, but they were very close, almost family members there at the house. And that's the one that I want to open. Ended up being a St. Louis Cardinals metal trash can. Like, got me on that one.
Oh, that's good.
And but then I did get the next day. I did get the remote control car, so they did trick me on that. So
we had never had that rule. It was always Christmas Day was the thing. So all of a sudden, presents showed up on Christmas Day.
Yeah. That's obviously the way it used to be, and then it was just, I got older. They kind of changed the way things were.
Well, it didn't really matter how old I got because I always had younger sisters.
That's true. Yeah.
So I never had that kind of. I was always growing up with somebody much young. 10 years is younger than me.
Yeah,
is my youngest sister.
So. I thought your youngest sister just graduated high school last year.
She did.
So it's like,
she's going to this year. Sorry.
Okay. So she's
like the end of this year.
So she's in her senior year this year.
Yeah.
So that's like a 12-year age difference right there.
It's 10. I was born in 88. She was born in 98.
Okay.
So.
All right. So
also, her birthday falls on that weird, September.
So she's a grade.
Yeah.
Kind of in a way, yeah.
Yeah. So
she could have been bumped up to where she would have graduated last year.
But they didn't want to do that to her.
Yeah, that's smart, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, Jeff's that way, so. Yeah.
Isn't it funny to think you've got a sister the same age as my son?
Huh.
Isn't that
interesting?
Funny? Yeah, he just turned 18, last Friday, actually.
Huh. Well, actually, Jessica's older than him.
Mm-hmm.
By,
couple months.
2 months.
Yeah. That's funny.
Huh. How about that?
All right. So let's get into kind of discussing a little bit about our hardware picks of this year. Some including ultrabooks and smartphones and gaming and TVs and all that good stuff.
Just pre-disclosure, a lot of these are things we mostly read about. Some of them are things we actually have. But I would say maybe a good half of them are just things we read about and enjoy the idea of them being as good as the reviewers say they are. I mean, I truly do trust places like Windows Central, Android Central, things like that. So,
yeah, typically we have similar thoughts when we get these devices, whether we try them or we just, we have them for a couple weeks or we just play around with them in the store. Think, yeah, that'd be good. Mm-hmm. So you, obviously, you're kind of a fan, and you're looking at ultrabooks because you guys are in the market for a laptop, and you're still trying to figure out, Windows, Mac.
I'm bouncing back and forth constantly.
Don't know what to do.
I want to pull my hair out.
Yeah. So you like the Dell XPS 13, the HP Spectre X360, and the Razer Blade Stealth.
Also, to preface this just a little, I also would add the Microsoft, the book. Is it just the book? Surface Book.
Surface Book, yes.
Goodness. I would add that, but I'm sort of just waiting for that second generation. I know they just redid the
you're not
chipset.
talking about the CPU refresh. You're talking about a real
just because I, as much as I don't even take my own advice because I'm like that, but I don't like buying the first product of a new line very much because bad things happen sometimes, and Maybe they never make it again. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
It's a
true.
freaking gorgeous device. Just wish it was a different color.
Yeah, which we will get into a little bit later. And smartphones, of course, I've got the iPhone 7 Plus, which I still love. It's very fast, I think.
Do you find having, missing the little auxiliary port at all? Like, does it drive you nuts, or do you just kind of deal with it now?
Okay, so here's a little story about that. Okay, so last Friday we had some black ice come through St. Louis. And at some point, sometimes I lose the Bluetooth connection in my Chevy Cruze. I think it's because Chevrolet has been pretty stupid about how they release their updates for the MyLink stereos. So, obviously, we've got new iPhones. We get new iOS software. You can Bluetooth driver updates, whatever you want to call it. So, something happened. I turned the radio off for a brief moment so I could take a video of all the cars that were like having.
You sent me a few pictures.
Yes,
which
pictures, and it was like a parking lot for like 3 or 4 miles that I wasn't necessarily stuck in because I needed to get gas and I was at this one exit. I'm like, I'm just going to get off here, get some gas, use the restroom, and just and then get back on the highway. And then I saw, it looks like I can take the outer road and get to the next town, next city up down the highway. And I bypassed probably 3 hours of traffic by driving.
Why did no one else do that?
Well, the majority of people, because the traffic was crawling, and then it just got to a stop because they had it stopped at the next overpass on the bridge. So I was able to get on the highway right on the other side of that bridge.
So this
got back on.
This reminds me of last year, if you remember the flood.
The flood, yeah.
And how I used to live 10 minutes from work. It took me almost 3 hours to get home.
All right.
There is something about when there is just the most god-awful weather that St. Louis cannot handle in that specific spot of St. Louis where 2 major highways meet. And it is a nightmare.
So one of the staff members that cares for my special needs stepson, she left our house at 5 p.m. She lives in a city called Florissant, which it's like a 45 or so minute drive from our house. She didn't get home till 1:45 in the morning.
Oh.
Because she was stuck in that heading north. And there was no way to really just get off the highway.
I didn't have any issues.
Yeah.
Of course, I was all in the city, though.
Yeah.
I did have to go pick Sarah up, which is still sort of in the city, more closer to where all that madness was. But it wasn't on the highway, so we were pretty much good.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's just kind of funny. So getting back to that, I thought, so I can't connect to Bluetooth to try to listen to some podcasts or something like that. So I thought, I've got an auxiliary cable here in the car. Oops, I can't plug that into my iPhone because my adapter was in my bag, which was in my trunk. I'm like, I'm not getting that. So I after I got gas, turned it back on, and I could connect via Bluetooth. But with all those cars in that small little area, the towers were overloaded.
Oh, I would imagine.
So it just Pocket Cast just kept saying buffering and buffering. I'm like, mother of God.
That is the one thing that would have drove me nuts, is not being able to listen to something.
But I was fine. I mean, I still got the XM Sirius trial.
Actually,
so
I was going to say I have 2 audiobooks downloaded too, so I'd be good with that.
Yeah, I've got stuff downloaded on my phone too. I mean, I was fine. It was no biggie. I was glad to get home.
Fair enough.
And not have to be stuck in another 3 hours of traffic.
It is the one thing I will say about the iPhone 7. Like, it'll take you a few times to remember that little dongle. Yeah. Because Sarah's done it multiple times in my car.
So I keep one in my bag and I keep another one at home.
She needs like 3 or 4.
I think I need a third one as well, just to...
That way you don't have to
plug it into the end of that auxiliary cord, and there it is.
Yeah, that way you don't have to, constantly bring them back and forth. Forget it one place, bring it another place. Yeah. I put down the LG G5 in our smartphone list because I'm going to be honest, I absolutely love this phone, Mostly because I put that new launcher on there from Nova Launcher, which gets rid of a lot of the LG stuff, which isn't really heavy-handed, but this kind of streamlines it and just makes my experience that much better. But the overall performance, like mostly the camera, is what I'm super excited about. The camera and the IR blaster, which not all phones have IR blasters. I don't know why. I mean, looks to be like the most simple technology that they could add to any phone.
Poke a little hole at the top, put the little IR or whatever the IR blaster can get out, and there it goes. It's a shame more don't have it.
Yeah, that's kind of more what I mean. Like, I really do like it. I mean, you sort of take it for granted because I constantly use it, like every week. I mean, it might be once a week, but I use it, so I love it. But between that and the wide-angle lens and just decent, I wouldn't say amazing low-light performance, but pretty decent.
Yeah,
to where
tolerable.
to where I can edit it just a little bit, and it'll look good. But yeah.
And then you had experience with the Google Pixel, which we talked about on a prior episode.
Yeah, that was let's see, right when we got back from Disney.
Well,
so early November.
Yeah.
So is when we talked about that. So I just want to say that overall, I mean, it is a great phone. Verizon, you can buy them, in the store, in store on contract, not contract, but
their installment plan, whatever it is that they choose to call that.
Yeah.
Then I think you can also buy it in store at T-Mobile, but I don't think you can. No, they have it available in T-Mobile stores for you to look at, and then they help you purchase it through the Google Play Store or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, T-Mobile, interesting. HP Elite X3. So for those you Windows Phone fans, it's still nice. I mean, every time I go to the Microsoft store and look at it, I think, man, that's a nice
gorgeous phone. It's so nice. I mean, I have nothing bad to say. I haven't used one other than in the store. But, I mean, if you really are full-blown, I'm sticking with Windows Phone, that's where you need to look.
Yeah.
I mean, HP has really stepped up their game in every facet of what they've been producing.
Beautiful display. I'd probably grab that over the 950 XL if I wanted to
I would
get another.
have to agree at this point. I mean, it just feels like Microsoft's kind of flushing those down the toilet right now.
It just seems like it. Buy one, get one, whatever.
Yeah,
plans and things you get.
Yeah, it just fire sale basically. But yeah, that if you are curious about Windows Phone or anything of that nature, that is the one to look at. Other than we won't get into it. It's fine. It's fine.
On to gaming, because Brad obviously is more of the gamer than I am because I'm still time
that's
challenged.
Not absolutely true.
Yeah. So anyway, he has the Xbox One S, and I've just got a regular Xbox One, which for my needs, I'm completely happy with.
Yeah, I mean, and you got one heck of a deal from, again, friend of the show.
Yeah. Thank you again, Daryl. Been enjoying it and playing the heck out of it.
The reason I put the Xbox One S is because, I mean, obviously it's new. It's newer. All the HDR stuff's hitting, which actually ties into our next thing here in a sec. But I still, of all the stupid physical things to hold on to, I still love physical movie discs. I cannot explain why. I really can't. I have no reason, because everything else I do is digital. Everything except for that.
Yep. Games, music, digital. Movies, physical.
Yep. Don't know why.
Yeah.
But
no need to explain it.
That's why I absolutely love the Xbox One S.
And then we got Xbox Elite controller, which I think in a way you're still kind of getting used to. Just because of the pedal.
No, I'm elite. I'm elite dangerous.
Oh, now you're...
Yeah, I'm getting good with it. So I've been playing Recore solely with it on actually my PC, because guess what? It's the game crossplay thing, so I can play it wherever I want. Plus the loading times are better on the PC.
Okay.
So I've been using it, again, solely on Recore, and it's to the point where I can't play that game without that controller.
Wow.
Yeah. I really like that controller.
Have you been using the Elite controller with any other games?
Not yet. As soon as I finish this one, I'm going to venture into something familiar, like maybe Destiny, and see how it feels to use the Elite controller with the short throw on the triggers and the 2 paddles on the back. Because if I could jump and swing and move without my thumb leaving the stick, that'd be fantastic.
Okay. And I've yet to try the Elite controller because, well, I'm not that into. I'm into it. I'm just, time challenged again.
I also still need to try my Bluetooth controller with my new Bluetooth antenna / Wi-Fi antenna.
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, one of the hottest items on everyone's Christmas list.
4K TVs.
No, the NES Classic.
Oh, sorry.
Ha.
Jump too far ahead.
Yeah, that whole classic thing. So, the NES Classic, and I know a lot of people, it's just easier to just do a Raspberry Pi and this and that, but, for the average person, they just want to walk into a store, grab this, and plug it in. And
aesthetically talking, it's amazing. It looks great. Yeah. So I could understandably, I could see why somebody would rather just wait for one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would definitely wait because, with Christmas being this weekend, they're going to be more readily available in the coming weeks. So
I'll just wait till I just walk into a store one day and I find one on the shelf.
Like, they've got one. I guess I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to, probably what I'll do.
Yeah, it's nice. I still like mine, and I just think it's a neat little thing to have. So now, TVs.
So these TVs we did mention and we did talk about on the Black Friday, how not to get screwed over by Black Friday TVs. Mm-hmm. These are probably the best bang for your buck, and that's the Samsung KS8000 and the 2016 Vizio P series. They're about $100 away from each other. So if you, or maybe you just really like Vizio, maybe for some reason you just like Vizio, or it's the only one that's available to you, you can get that. But if you pay the $100 more, you could get Samsung. So
I'm kind of surprised that you say that the price difference is only $100 between Samsung and Vizio.
It is
that comparable
a little
screen
weird.
Sizes?
Oh, that is a very good point. I believe the Vizio was the 49-inch, and I think the Samsung was a 55, or it might be flip-flopped. It's in our Black Friday. This is 3 weeks ago or whatever.
Yeah. Interesting.
But, that's the main topic if you want to check that out on past episodes.
Yeah, so we'll just take a short little break, and I'm going to try something a little bit different formatting. I'm kind of playing around with a few little things. So we're going to take a little break and be right back with our short little news runs of this week.
Stand by for Titanfall.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Tech Informist 157. Kevin Harvell here. I didn't introduce myself at the beginning of the show, and that's Brad Whiteside. And here we are again, trying to talk a little bit about some of the news that happened this week. As I mentioned, my dad has recently moved, so that's kind of where I spent the majority of my week. I have really not been on the internet too much. My social media posts have been
completely
nil.
Understandable.
Yeah, and I would check my email once a day, which that's what I'm going to get back to anyway. Is I'm just going to start doing email once a day.
Oh,
and I think what I'm going to do is the email accounts that I really do follow and get hit with the hardest. I'm just going to put kind of not really a vacation responder, so it'll just send out a response. Hey, I only check email once a day, so I apologize for any delay, but I will get back with you. Just to say, hey, I can't sit here and keep looking at all these emails.
Drive you nuts.
I will sit there and I will check it, a number of hours the way things have been the last few days, and one time it'll be 80, the next time it'll be 120. I'm like, oh my god. So it's a lot of it is just delete because it's a lot of websites and all that stuff that I could unsubscribe from if I wanted to.
Oh, you can try.
Yeah, you can try, but you still end up on the list because they don't pull you off like they say they will. So Nokia has sued Apple for patent infringement because I guess it's 2009 all over again.
Yes, it is. So, I don't know what to really think of this other than Nokia is trying to get theirself back in the news any way they can / hey, there's patent things that we have that they still haven't paid for. And it's Apple, so they've got the money.
Oh, they've got the money.
Yeah. But, I mean, is Nokia really going to stick around? I wonder. Like, they're supposedly making these new phones that we're going to see at CES here soon, or Mobile World Congress. I can't remember which.
Was it like the N9 or something like this that looks just like a 920?
Except it's instead of rounded on the sides, it's rounded on the top and bottom. It's like opposite of the 920.
Yeah, where those were flat.
Yeah,
and curved
right.
edges.
Yeah, they flipped it. It's kind of it messes with my head a little. But yeah, that's the phone. But I wonder. I don't know. But yeah, so here we go again with the whole suits and stuff, and guess we can't play nice. I mean,
nope.
Just when Microsoft starts playing nice with everyone else, Nokia has to come back in and ruin it.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know a whole bunch about intellectual property or talking in words and English and things like that.
He's still learning.
Yep.
Welcome to the country, sir. Speaking of Microsoft, they are getting an early $927 million Christmas present from the Department of Defense.
Nothing but good news, really, other than it kind of shows like the weight and the gravity of Windows 10 being able to finally start getting pushed to like private sectors like the United States and that. That's all good news for Microsoft. I mean, who better than the Department of Defense, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if they say it's okay, maybe other people should look into it.
Yeah. It must be secure if they're going to go. If the Department of Defense is going to roll it out,
I would
across
imagine
4 million seats.
Yeah, that's
There's
pretty
a lot
hefty.
of computers to upgrade.
That's nearly $1 billion.
Yeah, so Microsoft has been awarded the $927 million contract to provide technical support to the Defense Information Systems Agency, the Pentagon said in a statement earlier this week. Wow. That is a lot.
I'm just happy to see Windows alive and well.
Oh, it's alive and well, sir. It's alive and well. And Twitter. Twitter is still, again, one of my favorite social media platforms.
Same here.
Kind of had a rough 2016. They're one of those people that we're just ready for this year to be over because Jack Dorsey, I believe, has been catching a whole lot of flack because Twitter seems to be losing money. They're not really doing a whole lot of like innovation kind of stuff, and usership is kind of not dwindling, but it's not really growing. So stock investors and stuff like that are
funny because a lot of, well, I guess the people I follow are very vocal and very gung-ho about using Twitter. It just kind of, people are so satisfied with how it works that nobody really wants it to change, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Google Plus where it's just people are just hanging on because they're big Android users or something like that.
No, yeah, that's definitely not the case.
I mean, I'm to the point I don't even think I look at Google Plus once every 2 weeks anymore. And I used to be like one of the biggest. Google Plus is the best platform that nobody's using, and now I'm just like, I just don't have time for it. There's too many social media platforms.
Well, in the same way that big Windows phone here, over here, and I'm sitting here with an Android phone now, and I'm just like, I don't have time to like constantly be like, yes, Windows phone, when number one, no one else is using it. Number two, no one else cares. Number three, there's no apps. I mean,
right.
I tried, and I'm sort of waiting for that next thing from Microsoft, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, with two high-level Twitter execs have left the company.
That worries me.
That would be the Chief Technology Officer, Adam Messenger, and the Vice President of Product, Josh McFarland. Both tweeted separately that they would be departing from the social network.
Yeah, that worries me a lot. Mostly anytime this sort of thing starts happening, your company's in some trouble. Mm-hmm. And I am uncertain what could or would happen with Twitter.
Right.
I don't know who would pick it up, to be honest.
Right. And I believe last month in November, the Chief Operating Officer, Adam Bain, stepped down after hundreds of layoffs. And there's been talk of a possible sale to different companies such as Google, Salesforce, Microsoft, Verizon, and even Disney.
What would Disney do with it?
I don't know, but it sure would be interesting.
Verizon just bought Yahoo. They can get out of here with that. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
And Twitter has also shut down its popular looping video service Vine, as we've discussed on previous episodes, and ended a direct messaging app before it was even publicly released.
Probably a good call.
Yeah.
There are too many messaging apps as it is.
We don't need that many.
Look how far Allo has got.
Right. I mean, I think Allo would be really cool. It's just,
no one uses it.
Right.
So
I don't know. I need to find a reason to use it. I mean, I've kind of done it with like reminders. I think it works really good for that. But that's... But as a messenger, maybe not. So I use it kind of more as an assistant.
So you use the assistant in Allo?
I've used, I mean, I kind of like play around with it at stoplights and stuff. I'll ask it questions, see what kind of responses it comes up with and stuff like that. Like I asked it the other day if it was a male or a female. It says it tries to stay gender neutral. I'm like, okay. I respect your answer.
And not the answer I was looking for, but I respect it.
Exactly. I'm like, okay.
All I say is whoever inevitably it's one of those days. It really is. I'm having a rough
tongue twister. Peter Piper, pickle peppers.
Whoever does buy Twitter, I just hope they do right by them. I hope they don't just pull in all the data, hoard it for themselves, and get rid of the platform, because it's not what I'm like looking for. Because then I would feel like there's that hole missing, you know.
Yeah. I don't think Microsoft would do it because they have LinkedIn now.
And Skype.
Yeah, and Skype. So
as much as I would love to see them do it, I don't think they will. Yeah. Google...
It wouldn't bother me if Google got it.
I mean, it wouldn't bother me either. I could care less what they know about me anymore.
Mr. Android over there.
Whatever. They already know everything.
Homer.
Yeah.
All right. So Xbox is having a humongous sale on games, and you'd shared the link with me earlier today, and I was looking through there. I'm like, man, there's some pretty good deals if you chose to bypass the Black Friday.
There are some fantastic deals, including... Finally, for the first time, as far as I know, the season pass for Star Wars Battlefront is $19 instead of $50. You bet your ass I'm getting that. Yeah. Because that is an acceptable price.
So with season pass, is that a yearly thing that they charge you?
No. Season pass as in like that is all the content for that season or year, and you get to keep it beyond that. So I always thought that too when I first heard the name season pass,
for
but
EA.
That's not like how season passes work in games. Mm-hmm. Like when you get a season pass for a game, that's for that year. That's why they call it like season pass in quote, as I air quote.
You would get all the DLC that has been released for Star Wars Battlefront this year, 2016.
Yep. Well, 2016 and 2015, because there was some in 2015, right when it launched.
That's true.
Yeah, so you get all of that. It's a big old chunk of it.
So all the new Rogue One stuff and previous stuff.
Yep.
Death Star.
That thing you can play for free right now. Yep. That's you get all of that.
Yeah, maybe I need to grab that before.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's like, I'd like to get back into playing that again. It's just since I got into Titanfall, man, that game has stayed in my drawer.
Just to give you an idea of how good some of these deals are. Battlefield 1, brand new game, $38. Mm-hmm. Well, $39.
Well, just real quick though, on the Star Wars Battlefront, if you have yet to purchase it, you can get it for like $10. And then there's season pass, so $30, you get everything.
I think there's a bundle with the game and season pass, somewhere between 50 and 30. Mm-hmm. Or 50 and 30, Jesus. 15 and 30. Like I said, long day.
It seems like a good gosh. Yeah, and I believe Call of Duty Infinite Warfare you can get for $37 or something like that, $38.
But more notably, the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare with Modern Warfare 4 or Call of Duty 4. Yeah, the remaster. That's the one everyone wants.
Yeah, for like $50 or something like that. 50
I think
or
it's 60. I personally...
It's an awful expensive for Modern Warfare Remastered.
I'm going to sit and wait for them to decouple it from the game.
Because I'm going to sidetrack this right now. And I played that little demo. Well, not really the demo. It was the full game.
Right.
I played probably 3 or 4 multiplayer matches on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare during this free weekend last weekend.
Uh-huh.
Wow. I am so glad I did not buy that.
Glad you got Titanfall.
It seems like it's slow. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know.
I know.
Visuals looked pretty nice, but not as nice as I was expecting. I liked the kind of updated. One of the maps I played on was Airport from one of the older games.
Yeah,
and it's all modernized and I'm like, this looks awful familiar. Oh my God, this is the exact same Airport map I've played on like 3 or 4 games now. Something like that. It came out way back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Modern Warfare 2.
And then they updated it for another game. I think it might have been one of the Black Ops games.
It was well loved. I loved that map.
It's a great, fun map.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they keep recycling it. It's kind of like Nuketown. They just recycle it.
Also a good map.
Yeah.
More notably, in my corner or neck of the woods, The Witness, which was a PS4 exclusive for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It is, console exclusive, we'll say, because it was on the PC. It is down to $26. It's a $40 game. It's down to $26. I have been waiting for that game all year. I have to get that at that price.
Have to get it.
Yeah, that will definitely happen. The Battlefront DLC will definitely happen. Now, this is the first wave of games on sale. Mm-hmm. There's actually a week 2 of this.
Yeah, it goes like into early next year.
And then a week 3, I believe. And some of these deals will drop off. Some will, they'll add more. So if you're looking at a game, do yourself a favor. Go to the store on your Xbox because it will tell you how many days you have left of that deal. So all the deals that I wanted, they're all like 8 days out.
Okay.
So I could essentially wait till I get my Xbox Live cards from Christmas, because I always do, and then go buy the games with that, and then any leftover
credit or whatever.
Credit, and or if I just want to use regular cash, I can do that after. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm planning.
Nice. Yeah, so I think I'm going to get that season pass, because that would be great. And it's something we've talked about playing whenever we had time. It's a great game.
$19 is way better than $50.
Yes, it sure is.
And I really want to play that Death Star stuff.
So you've been kind of social mediaing up this Xbox Live Gamer Crest picture.
Right, so I really, really love the stupid stuff. And I say stupid in the most nice way possible.
Nicest, nerdiest way possible.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it is stupid. But I love how much Microsoft puts into the silly things that make our day-to-day lives, or at least mine, like brighter or better and kind of worth living in some ways, or however you want to look at it. But basically, you can make your own custom gamer crest.
Right.
Kind of like a family crest, if you will.
Right, which we're talking about. It looks like a shield, and it's different colors, and it's broken off in different sections to each symbolize something of your history.
Right. And mine was sort of pre-made, and then you can change things at will. So I kind of shifted a few things around, took some things out, and kind of tweeted it out because I thought it was kind of cool. But along with that, they also give you your big specs of how much time people have played on live, the average time, how much you did, and things like that. It's really cool. I'd check it out. It's not like it costs you anything. Just go to Xbox.com. It's towards the end of the page, towards the bottom.
So if you go to Xbox.com and you do scroll towards the bottom, it will say, hey, we can customize your crest. So then I kind of look at mine, and I don't really know what. I mean, it shows a couple airplanes, a dragon, some 5 stars, a couple of grenades, Xbox controller in there, and I just have to kind of see. So my total gamer score I've earned in 2016 is 1,100. Again, I have not played a whole lot. My most played game of 2016 was Titanfall. Imagine that. I unlocked 62 achievements, 55 community Average individual achievements unlocked in 2016. In 2016, the Xbox community spent an average 207 hours on Xbox Live. Last year was 207. The most valuable achievement in that game was I Like a Challenge, so that was in Titanfall. Interesting.
So my total gamer score end of this year is 9,600. I'm in the top 1% because apparently that's all I do. Achievements unlocked, 404. Community average is 55. Most played game, go figure, World of Tanks. The most valuable achievement in that game was for Her Majesty, which is playing British tanks a certain number of times, I believe. And then my most played game last year, go figure, Destiny. And valuable achievement was the Taken King. So
it says for me this year my gamer score, which I feel is kind of low, 1,100, ranks in the top 32% of the Xbox community. I mean, obviously there's a whole hell of a lot of people that are playing this.
Well, you have to imagine this is literally anyone who has a gamer tag.
Mm-hmm.
And if they pull all that information in, you probably are somewhere in the 32%.
It's just hard to believe. To me, that seems high for as much as I've played,
or have not,
as little as I've played.
Yeah.
It's like I really just picked up once I got that, and I think it was July. So it's like I've only had it really half a year.
Yeah, and so let's see, 1,100. So I would say a good chunk of that's Titanfall.
Yeah, Titanfall 1 and 2. Which I'm up to like level 2.30 something on Titanfall 2 now.
God,
that's the only one I play, man.
That's okay. Fair enough.
It's like I could with that Call of Duty. I was like, hey, I can only play a couple matches of this. I told my wife, I'm like, this is horrible. I gotta get out of here.
Personally, right now, I am burning through my back catalog because I have way too many games. I just bought another one. I don't know why I do this to myself, but it's awesome. It's a 8-bit, 16-bit era, like almost.
Is it like the prison game or whatever?
Oh no, it's Castlevania. It's like a Castlevania-esque, but it's called Slain Back from Hell.
Yeah, I think you've talked about it before.
Yeah, and it's got, as you're playing, instead of like all cute little 16-bit music, it's got like heavy metal music playing in the background, which I'm so about.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it looks great, so I'm probably going to tackle that next after Recore, which, by the way, Recore got really hard at the end.
Yeah.
And I'm contemplating whether or not I'm going to put up with it. Just saying.
Not sure if you're going to finish it?
Right.
Wow.
I mean, so there's this like 5-level thing, like tower that I have to climb, and to get through each door I have to have a certain amount of like collectibles. I don't even know if I want to. I played most of the game. The game is fun to a degree. It has its problems. It was a $40 game originally. I got it for $15. I'm not going to complain at all.
No.
So, but
which I want to say on this sale that we were talking about, it's for $20,
which isn't bad.
No.
So
yeah, that's not bad. Google Drive is also offering discount when you prepay for bulk storage.
Yeah.
Which is actually, this is really good prices for this.
These are really good. Also, I kind of forgot to mention, hey, was it last week when we did the security stuff?
I believe so.
Forgot to mention, hey, have multiple cloud storage. That's a definite.
Actually, I think I did mention that because of the whole Google Drive issue with uploading. And actually, that is still not corrected. If I try to upload through the web browser, it'll take forever.
Google Drive?
But if I just use it on the Google Drive app that you can program you can install on your computer and upload that way, it goes real fast.
Really?
Yep. So it's just like OneDrive now. It's fast if you're using it, the OneDrive sync on your folders. But if you just try to do it in the web browser, it drags ass. I don't care, explicit or not.
That is weird.
It's ridiculous.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm picky. I ain't got that kind of time.
Yeah.
Anyway, Google Drive, you can get 100 gigabytes of extra storage for either $199 a month, or you can get all 12 months for only $20, which is a savings of 16%. Or you can get 1 terabyte for an additional $9.99 a month, or prepay annually and save 17% for $99 $199 a year. That's a good price right there.
So, in comparison to like how iPhone is currently, from what I remember, well, what do they even call their platform?
iCloud.
Okay, yeah, that's right. iCloud is 50 gigabytes for $1 a month.
$199 or something like that.
It's 99 cents.
Okay.
So the middle one, the
100 gigabytes.
100 gigabytes. Good Lord, I'm having a time over here.
I've been like that before.
Oh goodness, I really apologize, but the $199 is a really good price. And then, like you said, that $9.99 a month or $100 for the year for the 1 terabyte, it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad deal at all. And that's where I kind of make videos available for clients. I just say, all right, here it is, and I share the link with them, download it. Once they've got it, boom. All right, once you've downloaded it, I'm deleting it. So I kind of keep cycling stuff.
Yeah, in searching for news this week to talk about, I had noticed that I had a lot of Microsoft stuff in there, so I thought I'd throw this in.
Yeah, it's kind of nice stuff. Right, so next on here we've got Super Mario Run, which I've kind of played sparingly over the last week. I haven't played it as much as I wanted to, but
when you're moving somebody,
exactly,
it's, yeah.
And I'm still playing Transformers Earth Wars. That's still my primary mobile game, as I still play that. So, which I guess I would probably put that back up towards the top. Transformers Earth Wars, other than their stupid duplication characters, whenever you get your free crystals and stuff, their dupe system sucks. So Space Ape, if you or somebody that works at Space Ape just happen to be listening, or you know somebody that does, get this dupe system figured out. It's horrible. Don't have an alliance event on Christmas weekend. So don't do that, because nobody's really going to be playing. Whatever. Anyway, Super Mario Run has set a new App Store record of 40 million downloads in 4 days.
That's a lot of games.
Yeah, and of course this is because you can download it for free, play the first level, three stages of the first level, and 20 seconds of the boss stage before you have to pay $10 to unlock the rest of it. But it's still making a lot of bank.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder how much that converts into actual sales.
And it's obviously it's kind of slowing down because everybody that really wanted it has gotten it.
Well, yeah, they knew about it way before.
But people are leaving. Again, this is where the internet and people, in my mind, get stupid, because they're leaving 1-star reviews for a game because of the whole in-app purchase. Granted, maybe $10 is a little high. It could have been $4.99. I think it would have been it would have made everybody, I think, happy.
Yes, I was hoping for more of a $4.99 to like even a $6 or $7.99.
Yeah,
but
you can't expect Nintendo to release something like this for $1, $2.
No. Most of it due to intellectual property.
Yeah, so they did a good job. Even my son, 18, he's like, this is actually kind of fun. I let him play on mine for a little while. He's like, it's not bad. So I don't know if he's going to buy it or not. We'll see. I like it, and I can't wait to try it out a little bit more.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how it does on Android.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Being as it's just the one platform right now, still, it's not bad.
Yeah.
And again, yeah, it's a little expensive, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's really not.
Yeah. And like I said, people will spend that kind of money without blinking an eye at Starbucks.
Yeah, I was going to say they'll go buy 2 coffees at Starbucks, and you're already at $12. So
yeah, or something else, some other momentary guilty pleasure that you won't get hours of.
But they won't spend 99 cents to get rid of ads and apps.
Yeah. Anyway, internet, folks, the internet.
Just saying.
Yeah. So you got a nice little weekend rant here.
I do.
Yes.
It's short. It's simple. It's short to the point. It has a point. It's mostly because it's boring. But please, for the love of God, stop making ultrabooks that are silver. That's really it. Apple, I'm looking at you. Silver's boring. For the love of God, please make something other than silver.
Yeah.
I know they sort of experimented with gold, which is fine. Like it's better than nothing, and space gray and all that.
Yeah.
The new one comes in space gray, right?
It comes in like a shade of space gray, something like that.
Either way, something other than that bright silver that I have seen for the past
like this?
Yes. that I've seen for the past like 6-7 years. It's getting old, and that's part of the reason why I really like the Spectre X360. It comes in copper and black. The Dell XPS 13. It's, again, you can get it in the gold and the blacks and all that.
And of course the Razor.
And the Razor is just straight black.
Yeah.
With green. So
the thing with me and that Razor though, it's just so, to me it's bulky, but it's got to be for the high power gaming aspect of it.
It depends which Razor you're talking about, because there are 3 different kinds now.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the big fat one.
Oh not that one.
I can't help it.
I'm talking about the Stealth,
Nice.
where you plug it in the external graphics.
Oh yeah.
So that way you can pull this along. It can be your ultrabook for the day, and then you can come home, plug it in,
Get your game on.
Get your game on.
There you go.
Yeah, I like the idea behind that too. That is really awesome. I really hope
It's kind of like a Nintendo Switch in a way.
I really hope they get their typing down. I've heard very good things about the new Razer Blade Pro, the 17-inch monster.
Oh my god.
It has a 1080 NVIDIA graphics card in it. It is like $3,000 something. Richard Devine actually has it right now. It has a mechanical keyboard in it.
Wow.
I don't know how, but it does.
But it does.
It makes me excited. But yeah, he's like, this is literally the best notebook ever. And I would have to agree with him. I mean, I don't like the size, but if you're looking just at the notebook itself, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I digress.
Anywho.
I just fucking, I don't even care. I fucking want something other than silver.
All right. Explicit.
Yep. I'm not editing it out.
Mark
this
it down.
time.
Mark it down. Explicit episode, folks. Hide your ears. Cover your ears. Hide your kids.
Anyway.
All right. Yeah. All right, folks. We're going to take another short little break and be back in a moment.
That pilot doesn't stand a chance.
All right. Back again. App, entertainment, and hardware picks time. It's kind of very light this week.
Yeah, really the only thing worth talking about, which I will not get into spoilers.
No spoilers.
Is Rogue One. I did go see it.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Indeed. I did see it. I did like it. And that's about as far... other than, I will say, don't necessarily bring young kids to this. I don't really think this is a movie for them.
Not quite Deadpool reasons, but...
Not quite, but almost. I mean, again, this is probably the darkest Star Wars story ever told, which... in its credit, it sort of has to be because of the gravity of the situation. It's them stealing the Death Star plans, so we already
Teaching
know.
kids to steal. You don't want to do that.
I'm sure they learned plenty of that from Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, yeah.
Anyhow, if you, this more applies to, I guess, really what you may or may not believe you should bring your child to. That is your decision, not mine. Yep. I'm just saying, think about it.
So on a scale
of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 7.
7 seems a little lower than I would have expected you to say.
Yeah. There are reasons for that. But again, I don't want to get into specifics.
We can't get into it.
We will eventually.
Yes.
And we'll dig nice and deep into it maybe, I don't know, a month from now.
Hopefully within the next 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah. Whenever you get to see it, we'll preface it just in case somebody out there listening hasn't seen it. And we'll be like, hey, we're going to talk about spoilers. Or we're going to talk about the movie. If you don't want to hear, just shut it off.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, by the time that I do see it, I think the majority of people that really want to see it will have seen it.
You'd be surprised.
That's true.
We'll preface it, and we'll make sure that you know when it's coming. Again, no spoilers. I just definitely go see it. That's about all I can say, other than...
Yeah. I know a movie that I do want to see, and I think we're going to watch it this weekend, is the new Magnificent Seven.
That just came out on...
Blu-ray and DVD like yesterday. No, 20th.
Tuesday.
Yeah. It came out on the 20th. So that was a movie that my dad wanted to go see in theaters, and we just didn't get around to doing it. So now we're gonna catch it this weekend. I'm gonna rent it, Redbox it or something. Get it for a couple bucks, $1 or something. We'll see. I was looking forward to it. I like westerns and good westerns. It's kind of
Again,
tough.
they're few and far between right now, and
It's not the hot genre, we'll say that.
No, it's kind of feels like it's kind of been sci-fi lately, and superhero.
Yeah, that's really, really true. Let's see. One of the other things I did kind of want to mention is there was some rumblings now where you can kind of get notified when the Nintendo Switch is available for pre-order.
Oh, I'll know that way before they notify me, as we learned last week.
Yeah. So I've already signed up on GameStop's link to get notified, and also Amazon.
Amazon would probably be the preferable, just because I feel like they do a better job.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to notify you a couple days in advance that, hey, all right, so on this Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or whatever is when they're going to have it available to pre-order. And again, it'll be one of those that's going to go quick. Rumblings are they're going to have approximately 2 million available at launch.
Ooh, I was going to say if I can get my hands on one, but 2 million
Seems
I
pretty
might
good chance.
be able to get one for my birthday.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I mean, again, this is a lot of speculation numbers and stuff like that. And hopefully they will actually do pre-orders.
January 12th is the new event, which we'll unpack everything and we'll know exactly what this thing is.
Yeah, true.
And maybe even a game that it might come out with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'll be available on launch day.
Yeah, which is the most important thing. Launch day games are so important, and yet time and time and time again, we can never get a solid launch lineup.
Yeah.
Nintendo is the last console that I remember having a solid launch lineup.
Yeah, that's true. And so hopefully we'll know more about that. You got CES coming up in 2 weeks.
That's going to be
man,
exciting.
that's
I
hard
know.
to believe.
Well, that we'll have this kind of slowed down week or two.
Next week will be a kind of slower episode, which will be kind of nice. A nice little relaxing.
Might even be shorter.
Episode. Could be. We'll see. Maybe we'll have somebody come in and join us, talk some other things.
Yeah, could do that.
All right. So, yeah. So moving on to the beer pick of the week. This is another one of your selections.
It is. It's actually one that I picked up last Wednesday. And I had told you about it, and I was pretty excited about it, only
Looks like Space
because the
Invaders.
label, actually, to be honest, the label caught my eye. And then I realized who it was brewed by. New Holland brews this, and it's called Hoptronix. And with a name like that, you would only imagine what the label looks like. So, yeah, it kind of looks like something from Galaga, really, on the front.
That would be
Or Space Invaders?
Space Invaders, yeah.
So very, very similar to that. It is a 9% double IPA. It is also has 70 IBUs, which is similar to the Schlafly Tasmanian IPA, which coincidentally tastes not exactly like it, but very similar. There's 3 hops that they use. They use Enigma, Citric.
Mosaic.
Citradelic? No, that's an actual beer. Citric? I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Can't remember. So, however, it is a very good double IPA. Actually, better than I was expecting. I think I gave it a 4.25.
Not bad.
But it was very good, and I highly recommend it. It actually has out of 4,129 reviews, it has a 3.97 rating. So not bad. But
Yeah.
it caught my eye again. I mean, if you make an awesome label, I'm going to look at your beer.
Yeah. It's eye-catching. It's kind of
I've
window shopping.
also haven't really, to my recollection, had anything bad from New Holland. So,
which is based out of Holland, Michigan. So
yes,
for all
indeed.
you Michigan folks, apparently you've got a nice little brewing company up there.
Oh, yes, they do. I'd love to visit someday.
All right. So that pretty much does it for me, and I think it does it for you.
Yeah, you better just don't even ask me anything else.
All right. And I think this episode, if I remember our start time correctly, is probably going to clock in a little bit less than an hour. So
Cool.
I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. But folks, have a very, again, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa.
No matter how you spend
whatever
it.
it is.
We're just going to say it how we like it. Have a Merry Christmas.
Festivus for the rest of us. All that stuff. Get your airing of grievances out.
Go eat some food and be merry.
Right. Be safe. Be merry. Have
Oh,
fun.
good call. All kinds of traveling going on this weekend. Please, 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 please don't get the road rage. Just let whoever the jerk was that cut you off or whatever, just let him be.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Let karma deal with that.
Yeah, I am absolutely guilty. Just I'm telling you, it's the holidays. Leave them alone.
It's a vicious cycle. There's one reason why some people are just so angry all the time. It's because karma keeps kicking them in the nuts, and they just don't realize that I'm bringing this all on myself.
Quest for positivity, Kevin.
Their quest for positivity, yes. All right, folks. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you would like to communicate or give us any feedback or thoughts on this episode or any other episode or things you would like to hear on an upcoming episode or possibly guests that I would love to start implementing back into the show, and I've kind of started putting out some feelers for 2017, please let us know on Twitter at Kevin Harvell or at Holy_Shadows, or send us an email just like our good friend of the show, Daryl Pritchard out of Texas, big Cowboys fan. Email contact@thetechinformist.com. That does it. Until next time, self-informed. We're out.
Merry Christmas.